So this week, as it turns out, my team, the Dallas Cowboys, y'all see I'm repping because I'm not scared of y'all. I don't run away. The Packers defeated us in very convincing fashion. The score wasn't as close as it was at the end, or the game didn't look as close as the score did. 48-32 was the final. What was your take on the game, Manny? What happened to my Cowboys? Break it down.
Gotta be honest, man. I'm gonna put this loss squarely on two men. That's Dan Quinn, your DC, and Mike McCarthy for not having the troops ready. They wasn't ready for this one, man. And Dan Quinn, your defense had a lot of breakdowns, a lot of miscommunications. You see, man, people running wide receivers going down the field wide open. And I'm not even saying within 4 or 5 yards. I'm talking about like within 20 yards that they are by themselves. That, my friend, we are already in January. I cannot understand if this happens like let's say early September, when the season begins. But this is no excuse. Your team was not ready. They didn't come to get ready. This is how ready your team was. The Cowboys were not ready. Jordan Love went 272 for three scores. Aaron Jones gashed you for three scores and 118 yards. They came ready to play. They came ready to play. And by the way, if you was to ask me right now, and I'm here like blind, and you ask me, one of those teams sent 9 players to the Pro Bowl, I would have told you, you know what? They probably won. And the other team sent a misty one player to the Pro Bowl. And I think he was like the punter or something. He is on unacceptable. This is right here unacceptable. Period. Like the Cowboys defense got gashed. They really, really got gashed for 48 points. What do you have to say about this? Like, what do you think?
A lot of people have asked me uh, what I thought about the game. We can break down a whole bunch of stuff. Jordan Love only had to throw the ball 21 times to beat the Cowboys, and they put up almost 50 points on us. Um, Aaron Jones was just, he looked like he had a vendetta against the Cowboys. He looked like he had something against us. And 5.6 yards per carry every time this guy touched the ball. In all honesty, it looked like he was getting more than that. It looked like he was getting 15 yards a carry every single time he touched the ball. But I'll tell you this much, and we've discussed this off air, off camera. I don't want to hear anybody talk about Micah Parsons being the next coming of Lawrence Taylor. I don't want to hear that anymore. I did not even know the kid was playing yesterday. He had one tackle. He had one assisted tackle.
And no sacks, by the way.
Yeah.
It's like he didn't show up to work. He just
He
stayed
did
home.
not
He just
he
stayed
did
home.
not he did not impact the game whatsoever. This was just a poor showing. Again, it's not all on Micah. It's not all on Dak Prescott, even though Dak Prescott did throw a pick six at probably the worst time that we could have had one. We were already down 20-0. And he goes back out there on the football field and says, let's make it a little tougher for us. We were doomed at that point. So, in all honesty, I think it needs to be shaken up a bit. Mike McCarthy needs to go. Dan Quinn, he can leave as well. This was just a poor outing. 12 wins, 12 wins, 12 wins, three years back to back,
All for
and
three.
you've got one playoff win.
And that one playoff win was with against a very bad Tampa Bay team that barely won the division last year. Now, I want to tell you something, man. And for you Cowboys out there, if I'm Jerry Jones in that front office, I'm being very, very, I'm doing my due diligence on that Prescott because they know that he's up for a new contract. If I'm Jerry Jones, I'm thinking about about this one cold heartedly because he looks great. Don't get me wrong, he did have a very good season this year. Like he stepped up, but I need to see more in the playoffs. Just like any franchise wants. They want to see more. I want to see more. And I thought the Cowboys were going to win it. Remember, I picked the Cowboys to win this one because I thought that Dak was ready to show up. And mind you, Joe Brady only played very simple defense. Like I think they were only playing zone almost like the whole game. It was a simple defense. And my man, you have been playing already for 8 seasons, yo. You have seen pretty much every single look out there. Single,
Make,
zone, man to man, everything.
make that 9 seasons. Make that
9 seasons. There's no excuse for that. There's no excuse for that. You cannot lay an egg in January no more. Like, you need to go, give me at least like the divisional round at least. Just give me there. Get me there. I can understand it if you lose against like the 49ers. I think that it is, I think, better than you guys. But not to the Packers, man. Not to the Packers.
Second seed, everybody's talking about you. The prospects and the possibilities that this team might have. And you go out there and not just lose, get embarrassed by the team that backed their way into the playoffs. Can't have that. You cannot let this team come in here and do this to us in our house. No.
And that's at your house. You're not even playing in Green Bay where it's frozen. That is, my friend, that's unacceptable, man. You have lost a lot of games at home in the playoffs, so that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable. It's not.